Apu Island, which means actually Turtle Island in their language. So we're gonna see some turtles. In my world journey, I stumbled across this search for sea turtles in this remote island in Philippines. When I think about traveling to a new place, I always ask my friend Bino to come along. He usually says yes. We got to the port in Sibulan. We've been island hopping for a couple of days now. People say I look Filipino, so I thought I would blend perfectly. But carrying a huge camera around always gives me a few looks. I was still super jet lagged and kinda tired from all the traveling, but there's still a long road ahead of me to get to the final destination. And going back in the tuk-tuk gave me this sudden rush. Here trying to get to Apu Island in the Philippines. I still don't know exactly where we're going, but I guess going in that direction. One of the main reasons why I travel is this sense of adventure and uncertainty I get when I submerge myself in their customs and traditions. I think that capturing their way of life on camera is the holy grail of documentary videography. Really nice cow or whatever that animal was. So after walking for a while, we arrived at the shore. This is obviously as far as we can go by foot. We spent some time on this beautiful location, taking some aerial shots. I was so happy that the drone actually worked because it only works like 50% of the time. Vino never gets my passion for videography, but he does his part whenever he can by helping me. He thinks all of these are just expensive toys, until he actually sees what I do with the footage. I actually been pretty reckless with drones in the past. I crashed a couple of them, but if you want the best footage, you gotta be willing to risk it.
Yep. That was it.
We asked around and we found this guy. He told us he will be able to take us to Apu Island. So we're loading all the sheep so we can actually go to Island. And then can we go in? In short, we had to go through a lot to get here. Most people don't realize it, but this is not around the corner. And knowing that we're on the final stretch to actually get to Apu Island, it's a huge accomplishment. The kind of accomplishment that costs a lot of work and some money as well. You can see it on my face. I really can't hide my excitement. We came with an open mind, didn't really know what to expect. We have finally arrived to Apu Island. We weren't really expecting this, but it's not really a negative thing, it's just that we didn't do our research. All we knew is that we wanted to see turtles. I swim a quick lap around the island just to test the waters, kind of like a reconnaissance mission. The conditions seem to be perfect. I knew the water is clear around this area, but I wasn't expecting it to be this much. We're gonna be able to capture some amazing footage once we find the turtles. I didn't know how long we had to be there in order to be able to see turtles, but I was preparing for the worst. I got all the equipment ready, all the batteries, ate my last power bar to be able to have energy because I didn't know how far we had to swim in order to capture them, but I was preparing for the worst. I started venturing away from the island, going further and further. Trying to be careful with the sea urchins. The further I went, the more prominent exotic life became. I even found some clownfish for the first time. Nemo was like, "Get away from my turf." I've never seen a clownfish before, not even on a PetSmart. I kept finding all these different color fish. I didn't want to disturb them or anything, but I had to capture them on camera. I even chased this weird looking fish around. He didn't really seem to mind that much. We got so caught up looking at all these fish that we kind of forgot that we were looking for sea turtles. And then I saw it. Just swimming peacefully. I was indescribably happy. This was nothing like looking at an animal at the zoo. This was completely different. This was me taking footage and pictures of it while the sea turtle eats in its natural habitat. Mission accomplished. When we finally came back, we realized that the boat had left. In fact, every single boat in the area had sailed. It turns out the Coast Guard closes the island at certain hours. I don't know why they did that, but we are literally stranded. There's no way for us to get back. You know when you're a kid and they ask you what would you do if you stay in a remote island? Well, now it's not a joke. I'm really wondering what to do. I didn't pack clothes because of all the equipment and I'm really hungry. So we started exploring around and we found this rock formation. It took us into the other side of the beach. There was like a house or something in there and that was our best bet. We didn't have money to even like get a room or anything, so it didn't really matter if it was a hotel or anything. We assumed it was a resort. I remember looking at Bino and telling him, let that army training kick in. We're gonna spend a cold night here by the beach. It rained all night. After being stranded in here for one day by accident, because our boat left us, we can finally go back. We find a boat. It's like super early in the morning. We woke up super early to catch the first one back because we had to catch a plane. But yeah. The sun came back up as we were going back. It might seem crazy to have to fly, drive, ride, get into a boat and swim all the way there to capture some footage of a couple turtles. But I took it upon myself as a travel videographer to show the rest of the world what I had to go through and what I see through my camera. It's really hot in here. We're inside this boat, just traveling a lot. I would say 90% of all these trips are like traveling and carrying heavy equipment. Backtracking our steps to the airport and wander off to the next destination, I thought about what people back home ask me all the time. Is all the time, money, and effort worth it? The simple answer is yes, 100%. To me, that is what my life is all about. To explore every exotic location on the face of the planet, how culturally diverse we are. To show the rest of the world how beautiful this planet is. How much we should cherish it. And with global warming getting worse, we really don't know how long we have left to save it. If you want to join me in my journey around the world, simply click the subscribe button. And if you can, please comment on suggestions of where my next destination should be. I'm always looking for new places where to travel. Thanks for watching and supporting me in my world journey. It's paradise.